Hello everybody, I am Brother Jaspar. I'm one of the brothers of this Taizé community. So we're now here in France, and normally every summer we welcome hundreds, thousands of people here every week. And also some groups from the UK that we're very glad each year to welcome. But as you may have realized, there is a pandemic going on. So this year these groups don't come, which is very sad for us and also for the groups. So three of the dioceses, if I understood well, organized this online meeting. And they asked us to introduce the text of the day. So that's what I'm going to do. Every day you will see me on your computer or smartphone screen. And briefly I will try to introduce the text of the day. But of course this is, how to say, it's wonderful that we can do this. We're very happy that like this the link between those groups who come usually to Taizé and us, it continues. But of course next year we would be very happy to welcome you here again at Taizé, because as nice as this is, it is much better to welcome you here, because it's not just meeting a brother, but it's also meeting people of different countries, just being here in the community praying with us. So here for this year in Taizé, we have chosen the theme that is called Always on the Way, Always on the Roads, but Never Uprooted. In fact, this comes from a woman. It was said about the life of a woman from Poland who lived quite some time ago. She was somebody who did a lot for her own people in a very difficult time, but she also did a lot for other peoples, other countries. And that's why we're inspired by this theme, because like in her days, the world is changing a lot. And even though now a lot of us, we cannot travel as we want to perhaps, we are moving a lot around. The world is changing. And that is not a bad thing. We shouldn't be afraid of that. But at the same time, we can have roots as well. We can be on the move, going from one place to another, living a new situation after another, but at the same time still have roots. And in the end, for us, within the church, within the Christian faith, these roots are Christ. So as a first text, we have chosen the one about Abraham. It's quite a known text. God asking Abraham to leave his country and to go to a new country. We have chosen this text, of course, first of all, with in our head the experience that people have when they come to Taizé. Because then often they have left their country, or at least the place where they usually live, work, study, and they have come here to experience something new. And that is always a surprise. You don't know what you will find exactly. But it's also, I think, a text that can help us wherever we are, in order not to be afraid for what is coming, to dare to listen to God. But where is God calling me now? Where am I now? And what is God proposing me? What is He showing me? Which land, so to say, does He want me to discover? But there's something strange in the text. It doesn't make much sense from a human point of view. First of all, Abraham did have no reason to leave his country. There was no war going on. He was not living in a big poverty. Quite the contrary, he was quite a rich man from a rich family. And nowhere it says that he was unhappy in the situation that he lived in. It doesn't tell us that he was frustrated with his life and wanted to start something new. But all the same, God is asking him, this man who seems quite comfortable there where he is, to get up and to go to another country. But also from God's point of view, it doesn't make much sense. In that respect is that God had this idea to start a new people. A people that will truly be his own, In the end, the people where Jesus was born, Jesus who opened it up for this whole humanity. So this starting point, so to say, for this good news, first for one people and then for the rest of humanity, he started this with an old man who did not have any children, and in this couple who could not have any children. And that's of course what comes next, this big question, but how will it continue now? Every time this comes up again, God promised that he would give Abraham a big family, that he would have a large offspring. But how is this possible if they cannot have any children? But that's also what makes this story so beautiful. That it's not somebody who has to leave his country and then, well, thinks, okay, God asked me, so why not? And it's not from God's point of view something that makes most sense. And this is also something that can inspire us, perhaps. Another thing that I love in this text is this: God is saying to Abraham, I will bless you. And of course that will make sense. It makes sense. I mean, God is sending somewhere, but not just empty-handed, so to say. He says, but I will go with you. I will be with you. Don't worry about that. But at the same time, he also says, but you will be a blessing. You will be a blessing for a lot of other people. And that's the thing what intrigues me most. God from the beginning knew, but perhaps I could do this alone, but I don't want to do it alone. I want other people, I want to give them a responsibility. I want them to be the bearers of something important. I don't want to do all the work myself. But here I'm sending this man, and yes, of course, I will be with him, but also he will be, in a way, my presence on this earth. And if God, of course, says this to Abraham so many times, so long time ago, he says this also through him to us today. Yes, I will be with you, don't worry about that, but you also have something to give. Wherever you are present, I will be present through you. In this current crisis, we don't see far ahead. We don't know how this autumn will be, if there will be a lockdown again, if how exactly will things go, and easily it can make us very passive. We can be paralyzed by fear or by the uncertainty of life. And through listening to this text, through talking about it with others, maybe we can get inspired, like Abraham, to do something. Maybe now with the current pandemic, it's not a very good idea to completely leave your country and to go somewhere else. But even in the situation where we are now, to begin something. To listen to God and to try to hear, but where is he sending me? And to realize, like in Abraham's life, he was quite comfortable. He had everything that he had, and he was an old man. To know that something unexpected can always happen. That's what it's about with God. Unexpected things happening. Situations that seem closed, open up. And to be a little bit like Abraham. Not to be afraid of what is foreign, what is from outside. To dare to go towards different situations, people who are different than me. So I hope you have a very nice sharing today in the small groups. You have some beautiful prayers, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.